topic today. Serious topic. So our friend Susan from High Country Homestead. I need to start driving at the same time. Susan from High Country Homestead is based in Victoria, and Victoria, like, she sent me a message this morning saying at least 3/4 of I don't know if that's right. 3/4 of the areas on the like in on fire. I don't know if that's right. I don't know, but more importantly, Susan, we need some prayers for Susan. So guys, I know we can't help right this minute. Like we can't go there and help her, but we can definitely pray for her and think of her and her daughter Paige and her animals and her homestead. Keep a bubble over their property. I just hope their whole neighbourhood, actually, to be honest, not just their property, but hope their whole area is safe. She lives on a mountain in the Alpine region of Victoria, and there is bushfires in many different directions. She's not been told to leave, but I've been told that it's getting close to the decision to have to leave, and that means leaving your property, right? And how sad. Like who knows what's going to happen to the house? If anxiety would be horrible. Um, and I know firsthand by just talking to Susan this morning how stressed she is and what to do, and she doesn't know what to do. Her neighbours are staying. Her actual immediate neighbour is saying that he's staying. He's got no insurance on his house, so he's going to save his house. The fire's not on their way at their property yet, but it's still scary, right? And the different routes off, to different directions are getting blocked because there's fires in those areas. So it's very, very sad. I actually rang one of my friends. Doesn't really live close to Susan, but lives kind of in the area, to see if Susan could stay there just in case, because Susan was saying that they were going to go to Melbourne, stay with friends, but they can't get to Melbourne because of the fires. And then we're going to some other place, I think Xploradora, and they can't get there or something. I was like, crap. So anyway, I rang my friend Carmen, and she's a childhood friend of mine that I lived next door to for like years. And she is in Albury, and I rang her, and she said she's even worried. She lives in like a township, and she said in the distance she can see the fires, she can smell the fires. So yeah, and she's even stressed a little bit. I'm like, crap. And I asked her, just said, look, she goes, oh, everyone's not worried where she lives, but she's a little bit anxious about it. And I just said, look, if my friend can get to you, if she does need to leave, can she come stay? She said, yeah, no problem. So anyway, I've passed those details on to Susan. Last I heard of Susan is that she's packing a bag and deciding if she's going to leave or not. Looks like her neighbours are going to stay. They've not been told to leave yet, but by the time they get told to leave, it could be it could be too late. So Mike, I think I see you there, mate. Can we I just think we need to really think about our friend Susan today. I don't know what else to do. I just thought, how about we all watch one of her videos? It sounds really stupid to do that, but just so that we can, send a thought. We're watching her video, like her most popular video. I just went and looked at her videos, and it said the most popular video is one that was a year ago, talking about her old fireplace. So I thought, I've never seen that video. So I thought, what's a 15-minute video? I'm going to watch that this afternoon, today, sometime. So, I encourage everyone to do the same thing. I've shared it in my community post, or just go to Susan's page, High Country Homestead, hit popular video, and it'll come up. The top one. It's 15 minutes. I'm not saying definitely not, watch videos and just let it run. Definitely don't do that, because that hurts people's channels. Just watch one of her videos and support a channel. And just send her, a message of, love and hope and prayers that, there's a bubble over her whole community. I mean, I hope there's a bubble over all these communities that are, on fire at the moment, because, people's houses, people's livelihoods, there's animals. I just can't even think about it. It's horrible. I was at Pilates, and one of my friends She said she's actually from Victoria, and she said that her family are all immediately okay. But she said, yeah, it can be horrible. Like, livestock just get, killed, and it's just part of, the circle kind of thing. But anyway, let's not think that at all. Just want to say quickly, let's just send our prayers and thoughts to Susan and Paige and her animals. Remember, she's got all these animals, and Dot's about to have a baby, a calf, and all these calves that have been born. Clover and Thunderhoof had a baby. All these weird names, right? And all her chickens, and she's got sheep, and like her property, like it's her property. So anyway, just saying to my friends, please, can you just think about my friend, or our friend Susan, and send her much love and thoughts and prayers, and watch one of her videos, send her some love in the comments. If you have her email, send her an email, but you don't have to, because I don't think she'll probably be checking emails, to be honest, or even watching YouTube, because she's probably trying to conserve power. So the power has been going on and off. So anyway, she might look. I don't know. She might even come on live and tell you herself. I hope she does. But if she doesn't, please, can you go watch one of her videos? If you're watching this on a replay, High Country Homestead, Susan. We all know Susan from Victoria. There's massive bushfires. Today's the worst day. Today's like they've got. Apparently, my friend Carmen said there's over 100-kilometer winds. So they're really worried about today being a really bad day to push the fires even worse. There's already fires already going. And yeah, so anyway, that's all I need to say. Yeah, obviously, just think about Susan doing her videos, walking around her farm, all fine. There's no fires in her area. I mean, yeah, she's fine. That's all I can say. Guys, bye.